made the finals and it's party time. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we win flag? Why can't we win the flag? Why can't we win the flag? Ooh.
Gee, what happened?
Ooh.
Did you see what happened just then, Mark?
Ooh, that was
What's
juicy.
that?
He's just done his usual don't argue.
Take over!
To the original script,
Yep.
and he's brought it
Don't
right
argue.
back.
Tiger time!
Segued nicely.
Because I didn't properly get to celebrate last week. I've been penting this up for a while that we are in the finals. We made it. We made it.
I thought you were talking
Looks like we're going to get a home final. And
So what aren't Richmond friends with?
huh?
Wow.
I'm asking you two to be my friends now that your team are done.
We're not done.
Well, you are pretty much. Let's be
Not
honest.
done.
You might get to see Jason Holmes' goal, but yeah.
Mate, talk to us next week and maybe.
Well, I'm
we'll
just
offer-
planting the seed.
Jack, as much as I'd like to see...
Just because spring started doesn't mean you can go jump in the gun.
September, I can smell it in the air.
As much as I'd like to see the Tigers have some success, I'd like to see you win a final.
Yeah, not
Just to
now. I'm
give-
not ready. I'm not ready for a Tigers flag yet.
No way! No way! Come
No
on.
one's ready for that.
We've got other fish to...
Can you imagine what would happen?
I'm hoping that you guys cop it like we have. If 50 years goes on.
Yeah!
Not 25, not 30, 50.
You can't jump on
That's
the
a horrible thing
bandwagon.
to say to someone.
Even a 10-year jump on the wagon hasn't earned their stripes yet in my book.
No.
They need to be in there for at least 20,
you guys
20
don't
deep.
know. You don't know the depths.
Yeah, we do. We know
You
depths.
can have your Fighting Tiger fund.
You need to suffer more, I reckon.
Jesus.
You need to have like what's the self-flagellation or some shit.
Listen,
You
Mike
gotta-
Sheehan's already done a 1 hour documentary on how terrible we were for 30 years. And you know what? He loved every second
I
of
bet
it
he
too,
did.
that
He's a prick.
wanker. He
He's a
hates
prick.
Richmond.
Who, Mike Sheehan?
Yeah, you cannot ever get around the
He
Tigers.
did a doco on how bad
Yeah,
it was.
the Richmond, the lost years.
Shit. The lost years.
Yeah,
What were the lost years?
from 1980 to 2005. No, 2010 when Dimmer took over, he claims.
See, Fractal and Yanona
Yep.
definitely have earned to see a final, a grand final, a flag.
No, I think I'm more earning of that.
No,
Yeah.
they're the least deserving. They've seen their share. They've seen a truckload of
That's what I'm
flags.
saying. Yeah, so I think the young Richmond
They
supporters.
have suffered so much though
Oh yeah,
in the lost years.
and I have too.
The lost
Suffered.
Not
years.
enough.
I was born to. I was raised amongst suffering.
Right.
It's about time I got out of the neighbourhood and got out of the old neighbourhood and moved to a sunny California.
Having not seen a final win is pretty.
How many finals
Visible.
wins have you seen in your lifetime? Not actual flags, but wins, Marsh.
Records.
Record amounts.
Record. How many
I don't know.
finals wins do you reckon you've seen?
Well,
So
Saints,
many that
Saints have played in the most in a 10-year period.
Okay,
Oh,
Josh,
is that
how
a-
many winning finals do you reckon you've seen?
I've seen many actually.
I haven't seen fucking one. Not live. I saw one on the TV when I was like, 2001? I would have been
Where were you for the Carlton
11 or 12. Which one?
game? Where you got
True.
where you got pounded.
Was that the game?
Yeah, well,
I don't want to talk about that. No, that's
are you talking about finals you've seen?
We're talking about finals, right?
But I haven't seen a winning final. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you kept that the first part of that quiet.
I'm sorry.
I think
I've
Marsh.
wiped that Carlton one from my memory banks.
Well,
honestly. People
hopefully
keep
you can
bringing
win a
it up.
final this year.
I fucking
I
hope
reckon
so.
Marsh and I've seen.
I reckon the
enough
footy
wins.
gods will allow for maybe a win. What do you
Yeah.
reckon, Burns? Shall we consult the bones? The footy god bones. Will you allow Richmond to win at least one final this year?
Oh god.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two, yeah, definitely two. No, actually,
So
no,
maybe
that's
two
out.
finals.
No,
Maybe
that's
two.
out. No, one left, and yeah, he's saying yeah.
There you go. You're gonna win a final.
That'd be nice. Oh, fucking don't say it just yet.
You
Calm
have
down.
to win a final, or else unless you finish top four, that'll
Yeah,
be
you
it.
don't get another chance. Yeah, yeah. So we got to win a final to win the flag.
I
Got to win a few
I
finals.
must say, I'm pretty impressed that at the start of this whole podcast, you said top four,
Yeah,
and we all had a bit of a chuckle.
yeah. You all stuck it to me, didn't you?
It's not a concrete result, maybe, but
We're
it's
one game
still-
out of the
it's-
top four.
It's the fact that it's a possibility last round.
At least you're not finishing ninth.
Fucking A, we're not.
But Rudy called it as well. He said you're going to finish on the...
Yeah, yeah. The top four's ninth, which is fifth. And he's
A
probably
rich
gonna be
man's
right.
top eight.
Rich man's top 8. Yeah. So, but you know what? Fifth gets us a home final and probably another 90-something thousand people at the G. Yeah, that'll be something epic.
Against North, which don't have many supporters. So.
But Jesus, doesn't matter. We'll flood there. If it's our home final, it would
Do you reckon
be.
you'll get 90,000?
I
Yeah,
think
have
definitely.
to.
If we get a home final at the G, on
I
probably
think-
what looks like either a Saturday night or a Sunday arvo, there'll be 90,000.
I think Collingwood got nearly 90 against Adelaide in their first finals appearance in the 2000s.
We got 96 against Carlton, and Carlton scraped in, only because Essendon lost, and there weren't
they
a lot.
would have all
But
been
there weren't
like,
a
yeah,
lot of
let's go to
Carlton.
a final. We
There
weren't
weren't a lot of
expecting
Carlton
this.
supporters there. If I, looking at the in my
Carlton,
memory,
man.
yeah,
You did have more, but how much was that? 90.
96.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Well, there you go. Alright, so you're going to win a final. That's nice.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. So, I think for the first time ever, I'm probably more confident going. Over the last 3 years, we've made the finals. This year, I'm probably more confident because of it's not just the good players that are playing well. This is what they always talk about, that second tier, that second group. So it's not like, Deledio, Dusty, Koch, Jack, I feel Marich and maybe Edwards. They're our top tier players.
Who are average with their opposites.
Huh? What do you mean?
No, it's the same. The opposite foot.
No opposite foot.
Oh,
And
they're not great.
my concern is
Deledio's
you
pretty
guys don't score enough. You're good. Your defense is awesome.
We have been scoring a bit more recently.
But
We're
even
having more
last week
shots.
against Essendon,
But that was in the wet. That was in the wet, and we
points.
kicked a lot of points. A lot of points.
Yeah.
Well, it's the wet.
And even the game against Freo where you lost,
Yeah.
you had shitloads of scoring shots.
Yeah, we had plenty of scoring shots. So the Hawthorn game was so much about closing them down because they're such an attacking side. We're quite happy to win that 74-53 or whatever it was.
Well,
Yeah,
I reckon
that's-
Mr. September will definitely
Jack,
boost
yeah.
you up above the
Especially,
70s.
yeah. But,
I've
but
always-
also, we put the foot down against Gold Coast and Collingwood in the last couple of weeks and kicked over 130 points consecutively, which is what helped boost our percentage. And, not only did we win the games we were supposed to win, we pumped them.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the Essendon game...
That's the big difference
Yeah.
for me with you guys.
Yeah, because we've always been
it took
able
you
to...
half a season to get it right.
Yeah,
But yeah, you're winning the games you should.
yeah. And I think at the start of the year, I called 15 wins and we'll be in top 4. If we win this week, we'll get 15 wins. So, I'm pretty proud of myself with that.
It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
And it just so happens that 16's what gets you in.
Where did I call us when we finish up?
You've probably said you'd sneak into the top 8.
Yeah.
Which
You
is
have it at least once.
unlikely.
I think it was all downhill from
Yeah, from the moment you called that, I don't think you won a game. You drew one.
No,
but
they beat us.
I think I called him between 8th and 12th.
Yeah. Well, did you make that
13th.
call? Anyway, it's Tiger time. But Mr. September, I think, for us, you're saying it's going to be Jack. I think it's Lids. I think Deledio is
But
going to have...
everyone knows that.
Yeah, I know, but what, you think someone else who's going to be...
Call it a not obvious one.
Yeah.
Dylan Grimes.
Dylan
Not obvious
Grimes.
ones, yep. Because he's that second or third tall defender, and we're coming up against the big teams, the good teams. Have got a couple of really good goal kickers. Like Hawthorn have got Gunston, Roughhead, and then both the ruckmen that go down there. There's a few talls, but I think Grimesy is just going to have one game where he gives someone of top class an absolute bath. He's just going to win more ball, run off them, win every contest that it comes near. I reckon Rance will be probably by far and away the best defender on the ground, but I think Dylan Grimes will be a very, very close
Solid.
second. Not even solid. I think
Because they're almost the most important players.
Well, that's
the
the
ones
thing.
that, if the midfielder down and, the ball's coming into the back line, even when the midfield's up, the ball's still going to come into the back line.
Yeah.
And it's the ones that get not only just stop their bloke.
Yardage.
Yeah.
Yardage. It just generate play.
And that's what I've noticed about Rance and why he is the best, because he never stops.
No.
If he takes a mark over his opponent or he gets a free kick, he plays Australia. He just runs and dashes through the gap.
Yeah.
He's just got this manic need to go straight away. And Grimes has started doing that a bit. Batchelor's started doing that a bit. I think they're playing off him a bit more. Even Chaplin has done it a bit more than he would have, I reckon, last year, because they're seeing what a good result it's getting you. Because then you run with each other and you get them on the back foot. There's no chance to set up.
Can I make an observation about you guys?
Sure.
I reckon one of the big differences I've noticed is that your confidence is up, definitely, enough that you're doing stuff I haven't seen you guys do before. Little tricksy stuff like that soccer sequence.
Yeah, that was pretty juicy.
I've seen chains of handballs and I've seen things that are very
It's free flowing.
when you're up and running,
Yeah.
you pull off some crafty moves.
Yeah.
And I've seen you guys do that more than I've seen you guys do it in the past. So
Well, I think
it's not as desperate and as
we've won
clingy.
in different ways.
Slick.
I think that's what I've noticed about this year is that we've won we've won with complete lockdown games like what we did for Hawthorn. And just do not allow them to score. Give them 2 goalless quarters, and we kick enough in the other 4 that we get the win. We've also seen us slog it out in the wet with Essendon.
Yeah.
You've seen us on a beautiful day over a clean deck, fucking pump Collingwood. Like that turned into a training drill.
And you've
91
won,
points.
You've won everywhere, haven't you?
Yeah, and we've won in Adelaide. We beat Port in Adelaide. We lost to Adelaide. We beat Freo in Domain. We haven't played West Coast over there. We beat Sydney at the SCG, which is arguably much more of a home ground advantage than the ANZ Stadium. You would have thought. And yeah, we beat Brisbane in Brisbane. We were good on the road, so I'm feeling confident about us. If we win that first final, most likely having to go on the road unless we end up playing Hawthorn. That's they're the only team in the top 4 that.
Is that the team that scares you the most?
No, we got the wood over Hawthorn. 3 out of the last 4 times. Who scares them at West Coast?
Yeah.
West Coast probably scared me the most because, God, when they're on, they are on, and they rain goals. And the thing that's really interesting about their year is that they had a year like Hawthorn did injury-wise, and Hawthorn sort of limped into the finals and they got most of their guys back. These guys have done it from the word go. Like people at the start of the year were writing them off completely.
They've never slipped
but
up.
Almost like, everyone kept saying. I think I said it a few times. Sooner or later, they're going to drop off. Like you can't have that many injuries and not drop off. And they've done exactly that.
Their attack is incredible.
It's dangerous.
Kennedy's just every time I see him, he's kicking
Loves a goal.
goals. He's marking everywhere, kicking them from fucking boundary lines.
Yeah, but he's getting good service too. He's getting good service, and it's happening fast. So there's no time for a third.
Because that's one thing
defender
that
to come
they
across.
haven't really lost is their midfield.
No, yeah, their midfield's having a ripper year. Gaff, Shuey, Pritis, Hill, Marsden's playing good footy. I mean, Nick Nat's he's clean with his hands. I think Selwood's been good. I mean, they just haven't had. I reckon most of those guys have played nearly every game, and they've.
That's what you want.
What did Adelaide do to them though? Like, how did they?
They just,
I haven't seen
again
anything.
play. Well, they play similar style actually.
To Richmond?
No, to
West
West Coast.
Pretty explosive.
Explosive out of the centre, and their defence is quite young.
Good forward line too.
But they zone defence. It's not so much, but yeah, very powerful forward line. 2 big guys. So West Coast have got Darling and Kennedy. Adelaide have got Tex and Jenkins. They've both got big dominant ruckmen and midfields that go 4 or 5 deep, in terms of A graders. And then they've both got dangerous small forwards. Like West Coast have got Lacroix, who's kicked 40-something goals. And Adelaide have got Eddie Betts and Charlie Cameron. So they're the 2 teams I'm scared of the most.
Tiger time.
Tiger time. Get back to Tiger time.
You've been warned by your own pet.
I have. Well done, buddy. You get a treat for that. There you go. No, he's going to be up all night. Yeah, good boy. Back to Tiger time.
Do you have questions about Tigers?
Yeah. You got any queries?
Yeah, about Tigers, alright. Because my focus really is on trade time.
Oh, God. No,
Who are you after at the Tigers?
Just put trade time aside for a little while. You're not getting anyone from the Tigers.
If you allow me to speak, I'm going to I don't want no one from the Tigers. Definitely not. You guys had your chance. You could have given him Smarten, but you muffed it.
And now he's one of only 10 players in the comp who's getting 20 disposals a game and a goal a game.
Yeah.
And you know who else is in there? We're the only team with 2 players in that list of players who are averaging 20 plus disposals and a goal a game.